This episode is powered by Safety FM.
The following program is rated MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Finally, show with the balls to call it like it is. Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Countdown to audio torture.
The Rated R Safety Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let the eardrum pain begin.
Forget the corporate bullshit. This is the Rated R Safety Show with your host, it doesn't matter who the host is.
Hello and welcome to the all-new episode of the Rated R Safety Show for this Thursday, September the 19th, 2019. Day 262 of the year and only 103 days left before the shit show's over with. So I had to tell you right off the bat, because you're going to like this. A lot of people seem to enjoy the rant from yesterday. The questions were this. What the hell were they talking about? How many people were there? And when can they meet them? I don't think that the combination of those things are going to happen. Doubt that you can meet them. Was 3 people from what I understand. And what were they talking about? You tell me. Should I have aired it? Who knows? Who knows? Thought it was kind of interesting, though. Definitely sounded painful, whatever they were talking about. But that was yesterday, and as you already know, yesterday's already gone. So did you enjoy the once-a-week type of thing where we're doing the rants on a Wednesday? I thought it was pretty interesting. Anywho, not sure what to tell you there. So how's your day going so far? Having fun? I know it's midday, or if you're listening to the radio station, you might be getting us a little bit earlier at the radio station, just in case, safetyfm.com or safetyfm.live. And we are available on the iOS app for Safety FM, and we are available on the Google Play Store for Safety FM. So however you want to do it, of course, you have those options there. Website's always good, too. App's a little bit easier to use, depending on how you want to have it set up. Anywho, if you're listening to us on the podcast, we're dropping normally at noon, Monday through Friday here on the Rated R Safety Show. But let me not bore you too much with that stuff. And let's get you started into the news.
Here is the news on the Rated R Safety Show.
So I'm going to butcher this because this is what I do. The Gut Matcher, that could not be wrong. The Gut Matcher Institute reports that abortions have hit the lowest rate since being legalized in 1973, with about 13.5 per 1,000 pregnancies for women between the ages of 15 of 40 to 44. That's about what it was back in 1990. But the reports also suggest that women are getting pregnant at a much lower rate. Well, that's good. I guess that's good. That they're getting pregnant at a much lower rate. That means that there's not a lot of activity going on out there?
Duh.
What do you think? Or do you think that the activity levels are still pretty high?
Duh.
A NASA rep has told Congressional Committee on Wednesday that he is not sure if Americans will return to the moon by 2024, as the White House had previously encouraged. He says there's a financial and technical challenges, which is odd because they have done it before with half a century old technology. But maybe now there's an app for that. What do you think? Do you think that the app is not powerful enough? Shit, if you think about it, some calculators are more powerful than the first ship that actually made it out to space. I would think that a cell phone might be able to power it. Okay, that's going with the whole technology, of course. Here's some more news for you real quick. Almost 2 years into a 5-year clinical trial, a procedure that implants a device into a visual part of the brain of a blind people is showing promise to restore part of their vision, according to CBS News reports. There are also 6 people in the world who have received the implant. One patient who lost his sight following a car accident explains that he can see different shapes and dots of lights. While he can't determine colors yet, he's able to perform tasks like laundry, cooking, and taking out the trash. Well, that's promising. I like hearing good stories like that. What do you think? Do you think it's pretty cool on how technology is advancing our lovely little world out there. Would it be something that you would take advantage of? I know a few days ago we were talking about some of the weather things that are going on in Houston, so let's continue real quick. Houston is expected to receive up to 2 feet now of rain, up from 18 inches previously reported as a result of Tropical Storm Imelda. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Jerry is slated to hit hurricane status by the end of the week. Its current track is just north of Puerto Rico and staying safely off the East Coast. And still, Hurricane Humberto neared Bermuda Wednesday evening with about 120 mile per hour winds. No word yet on damages or injuries. So what do you think? What do you think? Climate change, is this a big thing going on in your life? Because shit, the more and more stuff that I read, it seems like we're getting these massive tropical storms and hurricanes across the board. Let's go far and away. Indonesia government is set to pass a law that criminalizes sex outside of marriage. Oh yeah. The legalization would also send someone to jail for insulting the president's dignity. Unmarried people living together would be reported to the police by village chiefs and subject to a 6 months in jail or a fine of about $710. That's 3 months' salary for the typical Indonesian person. Those copulating outside of marriage could face 1 year stint in jail. The law also applies to travelers. Don't get an abortion either. That could end you up in 4 years in prison. Taking contraceptive could get you 6 months in the clinker. So holy crap there. I don't know if Indonesia might be the greatest place to visit if you're not following, I guess, their guidelines. Shit, a travel there could end you there for quite a period of time. Imagine that. You're taking the pill, you're having sex, and you're not married, and you say something bad about their president, because I'm doubting you're going there to have an abortion. Man, you could be there for a while, a lot longer than what you probably expected. Not that that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying. So don't know if you heard about this one. Disney executive Bob Iger has a lengthy piece in Vanity Fair paying tribute to his old friend Steve Jobs, who he says he could say anything to. This piece was excerpted from a forthcoming book by Iger. Iger recently left Apple's board of directors as Disney seeks to compete with the tech giant with its own streaming platform. Iger also said that he thinks that their companies would merge had Jobs not died too soon from liver cancer. So think about that. Could you imagine if Disney would own Apple? I haven't heard that before. That sounds pretty crazy to me. What do you think? Imagine you're carrying the Disney Apple phone. You're carrying the Disney iPad Pro, the Disney MacBook Pro. Yeah, sounds weird. Let's continue. A study that released genetically modified mosquitoes into an area of Brazil intending to decrease their number with weakened genetics has backfired. Oh, yeah, we had covered this story before. For 18 months, the population declined, but since then, it surged to its original levels, and the mutant seekers are now harder to kill. This is according to the Sun reports. So I guess just don't screw around with Mother Nature, because she knows exactly what she's doing. So I don't know what they're going to do. So now do they have like zombie mosquitoes? I mean, what are these things considered? So have you heard about this one yet? Have you taken a Slowfie? Oh yeah, I did call it a Slowfie. That's a selfie with a slow motion camera, a feature coming to the new Apple mobile operating system in iPhone models. Apple has just filed paperwork to trademark the term, not so much to stop competitors from using the technology, but to protect the use of another silly made-up word. That's coming from The Verge. So now the selfies will hopefully go away, and they'll be replaced by the Soulfleas. I'm sure that's going to be fun. Oh, let me post this video of my Slowfie. What are we getting to? Anyways, I'm looking through some news stories, And it looks like there was a death in the porn industry. Porn star Jessica James was found dead at her LA home on Tuesday. According to the news report, she was 43. No cause of death has been reported, but prescription drugs were found, according to police. Well, that's a little disappointing to hear. Not sure if you're familiar with her work. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. So we normally talk about the lottery. I didn't mention it yesterday. Let's mention it today, Thursday. No winner for Tuesday's night's Mega Million drawing. Friday's drawings will be for $211 million jackpot or $143.3 million cash payout, depending which way you want to go. Other strange news that I saw real quick, I'll reference this under the showbiz section if you want to call it that. The massage therapist who was suing Kevin Spacey for sexual assault has died. According to court records, a notice of statement nothing plaintiff's death has been filed by Spacey's lawyers. The massage therapist who filed the suit as anonymous, John Doe, claimed that he was attacked by the actor 2 years ago during a massage session in Malibu. It is unclear if the lawsuit will continue. Well, ain't that some shit? How would you continue a lawsuit if the person's dead? And I'm not, cracking on the dead person because we don't know who it is. I'm not trying to also tie it in that was our porn star friend Jessica James here. I'm just talking about two separate things. Anyways, let's continue. Let's get to some of my favorite parts of the show here, and let's talk about the days of the year that you can celebrate. Free Queso Day. Oh yeah, you need to go out there and take advantage of that one. International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Meow Like a Pirate Day. National Butterscotch Pudding Day. National Woman Road Warrior Day. Well, shit, that was a lot shorter lengths of days compared to some of the days that we've had over here over the last few days. And I feel like we said days quite a bit right there. Anywho, please don't forget to take a moment and like us on your favorite podcatcher. Subscribe to our little network here if you would like to do so. And, of course, the podcast that we have available and shows on safetyfm.com and safetyfm.live. I know we have several different shows with several different hosts. Not all of them as sarcastic as yours truly. Anyways, you've been listening to the Rated R Safety Show. I know who you are. You know who I am. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
More sarcasm than a Mortal Kombat beatdown. Rated R Safety Show.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.